Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué pasó? Buenas noches, días, tardes. Uh, and for English, hey, how you doing? How you doing this morning, this afternoon, this evening? Oui. I don't know. Let me stop. Okay, now I'm going into some other stuff. Okay, I honor you, honorable beings. The title says attachment, no hashtags, one word, simplicity, attachment. So I had some thoughts here a moment ago. Some thoughts was coming to me about, how we don't, if we're honest, if we give ourselves space to kind of go down that rabbit hole of life, especially if you're older, the younger generation, it's because of the way our society and technology is set up here. Even though stuff is still being done, if you have enough money, it's still harder. Okay, the older you are, when the collective public, general collective public, didn't have access to as much, it was far easier to play switch that birth games, to dump kids off Moses style in a river somewhere, bitch. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot easier to do. And individuals of that day and that time that was trying to establish something for themselves, you know, unfortunately got caught in the traps of being willing to be reduced to those things. Okay. And I just want to say, I don't hate. Okay. I'm going to say it. I know you all hear me get into rants. You hear me have passion and emotion when it comes to abuse and misuse, and when it comes to like some really scary, heinous, sinister shit. But I do understand the who's the bigger monster, if that makes sense. And I'm actually, even as it pertains to my story, what has happened to me, and my son, and what continues to go on. Well, the system basically played on everybody's programming and pain. I've been saying this. So they used the brokenness of our own families to work against us. They used, I talk about this all the time. These people be slaves to systems that they themselves don't even realize that they are slaves to, because they're getting a deal. Oh, okay, I get my sentence shortened. I get my probation shortened. I or I get this contract that I want, or I get to be put in another body, or when you get into that really woo woo shit. Oh, I get to get, you know blah blah blah, and I get to be beautiful and famous and handsome and all those things. And so these are still ways that the system itself played on the people. It's still the same thing. It's just that side of it. Okay. And that's the part that is actually heartbreaking to me, because when you're able to see it, it's like, oh, they like, so we really hate what the system has done, versus just each individual small fish and small pond in it, because they are still in bondage. Even if they are rolling in an Escalade, they are rolling in an Escalade in bondage. Okay, they are a slave. A high paid one, but a slave nonetheless. Okay? They, got blood on their hands for that high pay, but the bottom line is they're still a slave. And that's the heartbreaking, because this is how they tear families apart. This is how they tear cities apart. This is how they tear countries apart. This is how they tear communities apart. This is how they do it. They get people, they play on the pain, they play on the suffering, play on the weakness, pin people against each other, and you got win-win chicken dinner. Winner, winner, dinner. And that's heartbreaking. Because even though those people got some temporary, at some point their deals with the demiurge are going to go sour. And they will. One carnation or the other, them deals are going to go sour. That's not what I'm here for in this particular life. I wanted to talk about attachment. And what was coming to me is, you know how, like, I love comedy, and I'm going to use this is just an example. I love comedy. I'm a funny girl. I just suck at, having like official jokes and stuff. I suck. If you would ask me to write some jokes and to get up and do some stuff, I would not know what the hell to do. Okay, because I'm not that type of a funny. Okay, but let's just say you have an identity, because what I want to talk about is our attachment to our identities is also a part of what gets into this weird dicey stuff that some of us are all experiencing out here from other people. Let's say I'm just going to use this as an example. Let's say I was either an actress. Let's say I was, an actress known for a certain kind of a character. Maybe I'm funny. Whatever the case may be, I established and I built something legitimately. We're not saying that I didn't build something legitimately. Let's say I built something legitimately. I legitimately got into an industry. And these are examples, and become notoriously known and very successful in that. So at some point, sometimes we then develop an attachment to that, an identity with it. And so with the attachment and the identity comes a possible fear, even if it's a subtle and a subconscious one, because with time, as we know it, as we experience aging or evolving through cycles, whatever you want to call it, go through different things are naturally possibly going to change on some level. Okay? Maybe, we're not as vibrant according to the world standards as we once were. Maybe, there's some other new up and comers, rightly so, because they're born and so they have a right to do the very same things that we have done. But if I have an over attachment to this identity that I built up for myself as this famous actress, this comedian, this, whatever the case may be, if I'm not, let's say, just if I'm not dealing with my own inner self, I'm not going to attach religion to it. But let's say, I do, but I'm not dealing with my stuff, and I became famous and I have money and I've been able to really stuff and get, the downside of my fame and my fortune is I didn't have to do any of that because I established something for myself, and it's been about traveling, it's been about meetings, it's been about, working and getting contracts and deals, it's been about, all those things. So let's say that now there is some new and up and coming folks in my same field, and people starting to maybe rant and rave about them. People are starting to, mention them and things of that nature, right? If I haven't dealt with that, then this might trigger some of my over attachment to that identity and get me into some maladaptive behavior. Because I built something successful for myself over years. And in that, I didn't have the time to deal with any of my things inside. I may have gone on mountains and places and it's all been fun and woo woo and all that, but because of my established fame and fortune and having built all that, I never really had the opportunity or ever really cared, because I I was given so much with my fame. You got people singing your praises, you got people licking your bootstraps, you got, so surely you don't feel like nothing's wrong. You don't feel like and even if you get an occasional case of, there's got to be something deeper, it's quickly dissipated by, we finna go on a bomb diggity vacation, a rave review, another deal, another contract, okay? And I then could possibly get into some maladaptive behavior as it pertains to anybody that I feel like I can behave that way towards. So any newbies, up and comers, that's really hitting a sore spot for me, I might then use this identity attachment of mine and the power, the resources that I've accumulated in a malignant way, because I haven't. Because if I had done the work and I still had become famous and all those things, there would be a subtle strength and power that no newbie, no fresh meat, no people, other folks in their beauty or their creativity would shake. I would be okay with my seasoned, okay, I had an era. That's why I invested in this and that, for my latter, for my silver years. Okay. And it's okay. And it's still all beautiful. And so there wouldn't be any need to find creative ways to silence the talent, to silence any new up and coming talent. Just like, okay, some of y'all are into politics. I'm not, okay? But right now, there's pre-election stuffs and for different stuffs going on. Okay, and you're getting all of these commercials and all these things, and the name of the game in politics is everybody got to try to have a subliminal message and, and say something dirty about the motherfucker that they're the opponent. They're like, this person and they're not saying it like that, but they might as well. Okay, this person and a husband, what I'm saying, they act like they for the people, but they spent over whoop-de-whoop. You know what I'm saying? And they say, you see, that kind of stuff. And why? And I kind of laugh at it. I'm like, how come that has to be the way? How come, you can't just win, bitch? Because, why it always got to be, you need to put a dinger on an opponent for you to seem better? Like, I don't, how come we don't have enough of our own, whatever it is we standing on? That's just all I want to know. I'm just saying, how come that won't be enough in itself? How come it need to be, I got to be like, unlike, I got to come in with the sideline. Anyway, I know it's natural to do. I'm not a politician. I'm not an expert in politics. I'm not even into it. I'm referencing how when we are overly attached to certain identities that we have established, even if it was legitimately established, and at the same time we haven't dealt with like the interpersonal stuff, the emotional development, the resonant, all those other things. This is where you have ergo enter mean girls, mean guys, ergo enter bullies. Because they're coming from, whether we know this or not, that's still a form of fear. It may be fanciful, dazzled up. It may be loud and aggressive, but it's still coming from a space of it. If this person succeeds, then I'm washed up and has been. If this person succeeds, because that's the premise. If this person succeeds, then it means I'm going to be a washed up has been. That's what drives them. I won't get the loosh. I won't be getting the adoration that at least that's how they perceive it. But that's not necessarily truth, though. It's not. All seasons could have their own beauty attached to it, their own relevance, and all those things. It's like, okay, that was a season. Like once upon a time, I did different things, and those were different seasons of my life, and I'm okay with the different. It's okay.
Watch out, Mom.
Okay. Gotta use it?
Yeah. Sorry about the poo, but it's going to be a problem.
Okay. No, that's good. I know you don't like it, but that's at least you ain't clogged up and stopped up. That's good.
I always figured Watchdog was best suited for the lookout, but I might have to rethink that one again.
Jeans.
Your quick thinking avoided a disaster.
Weigh in.
Thank you. You're not the only one who's going to
Weigh in.
think things. Huh?
And the only reason why I'm not saying that is because the word kept coming, and it was really wax jeans, but it kept merging and coming way in, jeans. I was like, what the hell?
Watchdog wants to be of service to everyone.
Here's where I'm going. I'm gonna close this one fast. I don't hate, not the way people think I do. I hate what the system has done.
Which means if I truly care about their happiness, then
I hate that. Now that's where hate lives for me.
Thank you.
I hate what the system has done to humanity. I hate what it's done to my culture. That, with all the signs and, oh, it loves Compton and loves love. I hate.
Thanks, Ed.
We're going to be heading on our way now. Take care.
What the system has done. Basically have monetized abuse within culture that they abused.
Now, the focus is once again on the White Ruins in Reshiram as the journey continues.
Tearing apart families that was already torn, that was already frayed due to the abuse of the systems, due to ancestral, generational, bloodline, karmic reincarnation loops, trauma loop bullshit. I hate how disadvantaged families over the history has been exploited so that they can crawl out of the mully grub, so that they can crawl out of the ghetto of poverty.
Wow, Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur. So cool.
Delightful. They're showing off the culture and products of the Kanto region.
Wow. Those are
I hate that.
on living in Kanto.
That I hate. And I hate that the system has the audacity to stamp spirituality and religious over it.
So this is what Kanto smells like? You won't believe all the great food. Let's check it out.
The older you are, the more likely the possibility is you could have been orphaned. You could have been a Moses dump off somewhere by a family who wanted to get rich. You could have been also someone who was switched at birth, whether the parents know or not, due to the demiurge. Whether the parents are even aware in some cases. And the older you are, they're trying real hard. It's a shame. It's a shame for all of them. The older you are,
The fires of a red hot reunion.
the more likely that that's a possibility.
All right, take a look at this seemingly normal magic.
And as you live, like if you're someone like me, as you live, you know, you may come across different famous people, as I have been exposed to famous people. I've been exposed to people pre-famous. And because, like I said, the way the system has always been set up, this kind of behavior, this attachment to an identity through fame and fortune, and this desperation to have it has been going on. And folks like you and I, or people you might know, you end up dating people who offered you as a sacrifice and offered your children unbeknownst to you, so that they can get famous and stay famous.
A perfect match dictated by the fickle finger of fate. Sounds a little over the top.
And they, in turn, then work with the corrupt government to do it. That's where they hide behind.
And thank you to our esteemed Professor L. All right, everyone.
Okay, this person made a deal with the demiurge so they can get that fame. They have sacrificed this one, 18, 19 years old. Go pick them.
Have you ever seen those three Pokemon in real life before? Unfortunately, no. I'm looking forward to it.
Now, it's time to make all your dreams come true.
And it's all the system playing on the weaknesses of humanity. And the weakness of humanity having an over attachment to identity or their thirst for riches. This is why people are after me now. Somebody who is displaced and have my own, and I joke about my Rain Man son, but I don't mean it disrespectfully. Okay, but it's what makes things kind of look crackalocious to me, kind of funny. It makes me laugh. Because it reveals the attachment to people that they have with their identity, no matter how much they seem to have. Their fear that's driving the fuck out of them.
Oh.
Some people are doing these things, and then they're fighting to try to keep the secret of the fact that they are, or that they did. This is also the system. That's why I need to say, I really don't hate the way people think I do. I know people think I do, because I can go hard real quick when I have to. And you can feel like your eyebrows been lit on fire once I'm finished. But the truth is, I know that all the players are nothing but slaves.
Kind of got me thinking back.
That's the truth.
Really? About what?
About the time when I caught mine.
I know for a matter of fact
Your first Pokemon was Pikachu.
Pikachu and I left
that all the players,
and along the way,
ranging from
it's like it was just
hood
yesterday.
to palace, are slaves.
Its trainer had abandoned it. He said Charmander was weak.
And that's what I hate. I hate what the system has done to exploit humanity. Families that got jealousy running through their ancestry because nobody really had the power, strength, wherewithal, or how to come out the reincarnation loop. And they continue to be willing to hurt each other over and over again.
So remember
I'll
that
bet
back.
that trainer never had any of
They make deals as long as their soul can be stuffed into a body. Just like the Matrix scene. The Judas. He was trying to make a good old deal with the Agent Smiths. Okay, fine. I'll play the game. I'll stick with the illusion. I'll do what you want. I'll hand you Morpheus. I will hand you Morpheus. I will hand you Trinity. I will hand you Neo. But I want to be rich and famous. I want to eat good. I want to live good. I want to be known for something great. I want to be powerful. I don't want to remember the truth about this, because if I remember the truth about this, then I'm not going to be able to enjoy it.
It was a flower. Teletubbies love flowers.
Because how do you enjoy it when you already know? So a green erasure. And even in the scene of the Matrix, the scene of the Matrix, he is weak. They simply, the system, played on his frailty and his greed and his jealousy. It's still the system. That was the entrance waypoint, if you will, for the Archon.
Things are going better all the time. And these are my friends, Orange Blossom and Ginger Snap. I've never seen so many bears.
Just like for Trinity as children.
It's almost spring. Spring is coming. When? Any day now. I can't wait till spring is finally sprung. Spring, you're wonderful. We're so glad.
In her case, it's children, her love for children. Remember I said, these systems exploit both your love, your hate, your addictions.
Oh, there you are.
Because they've been exploiting the fuck out of my love for my son. That's been a lot of their bread and butter. I can tell you that right now.
Look,
What you see, son?
the rainbow.
Oh, it ain't raining.
It's
Well,
not.
what?
It wasn't even rainbow.
I know. So why is there a rainbow?
It's raining, but
It's
it's a
not
rainbow.
raining. It's not
It is
raining.
rainbow.
It's a rainbow, but
It is raining.
Do you see water?
I just told you it was raining.
Oh,
I seen water, and look,
oh, sprinkling. You mean? Oh, okay.
you see there was rainbow up there.
I see it, son.
What did you think?
Oh, that's cool. How many colors they have?
Right now, I guess.
You see it?
Well, it used to make a rainbow in that kind of long time. Now it don't make a rainbow no more for the rest of the month of the year.
Okay, but you see that one?
So what did you think?
Oh, I think it's cool.
And one missed making a rainbow so much. Now I'm making rainbows going.
I know. It would have been cool if you would have went outside and hung out with me for a minute, but you never want to do that. I have to trick you to do it.
You see it? 6 colors of them.
It's 6 colors? Let me see. I don't see 6 colors.
Yes, you
1,
do.
2, 3. Oh, okay, you're right. Okay. Name the colors. Name the colors.
Well, okay, now.
Purple. What's the color? Oh, okay.
You don't make rainbows no more for the rest of the month of the year.
Okay. Well, let me he's funny. And listen, I'm not an expert. I don't claim to be. I don't have it all figured out. I am one that's currently trying to work on, I ain't gonna say trying. I'm working on mastery of my resonance and vibration and mastery of remembering what was erased. I am working on my nervous system and you know, trust and believe. It doesn't look pretty. But it's this whole premise and idea of understanding what attachment has done to humanity when you don't deal for real. The downside of fame, the downside of fortune, the downside of having all that maybe too soon or early on and without, you know, the other stuff, because you'll neglect it. It's human nature. The way human nature is designed in this realm, you know, is you rarely push what they call it.
Pokemon's personality.
It's a word that I'm looking for that I heard on that movie Lucy with what's her name? Johansson, Scarlett Johansson, I believe, was the leading lady. And as she was explaining what was happening with her evolution after she took that poison, where something had to be pushed into a threshold, cells and stuff, humanity default setting typically won't do that when you talk about that real type of transcendence or remembering or evolution, unless there's enough pressure that's hitting the way it needs to hit for the individual to perpetuate it. And that's what fame and fortune often takes away from people. That very essence in itself. Because when you think about it, what do you mean pressure? Pressure to keep it, pressure to stay relevant, pressure to, and hence you start looking for all the underground ways of having it. But other than that, what pressure?
Say, Charizard sounds an awful lot like your Dragonite.
They ain't got to sit up and worry. They're not being abused. They're not being violated. Their civil and human rights aren't being stripped. Their privacy is not being stripped. Their kids aren't being, bullied, beat up on, raped, and all sorts of things. They're pressure. What pressure? People kissing their ass every day just to go to get a cup of coffee with them, blowing their head up more than it already is.
I'll warm you up, Charizard.
Pressure.
I couldn't think of
Of course, I'm not saying that they don't work hard. I'm simply saying that it's a different kind. It has nothing to do with I am in pain and suffering. They're not in pain and suffering. They may deal with a demiurge. So they don't have a motivation. They can do the shortcut version up to a certain point because their deals were going to fail one of the timelines or another. They will fail. One of the times that they're stuffed into a meat suit or another.
Right now, Charizard's off training in a place called the Charizard Valley in the Johto region. Charizard Valley? Who's that Pokemon? It's Charmander.
I am not here. I understand that this thing unfolds the way it unfolds, and we're not in unison as a human race or collective of beings. I'm also not here. Like I said, I hate what the system has done. I don't hate the way people think I do.
But then, and learn it's a great big world out there, the hard way.
Not here to tell people they should feel bad about being rich or famous and having. That's not fair either.
Yeah, who wants a weak Charizard?
There's plenty of good that could be done with things in the hands and of the right, of the correct, of a consciously transcended being.
You're waiting. See you around.
So that's not fair. This plane of existence, somebody got to pay for shit. Somebody paying for what I'm walking in. Somebody got to, you see what I'm saying?
Since then, Charizard's taken breaks.
Whether it's the government, investors, and all of the alike. So it's not bad. We're not trying to say money, rich fame, and all that. I'm not going there anyway. That's not what I am intending.
Charizard's always been there for me. I'm sure Charizard's still training hard right now with all of his friends. Don't you think, buddy?
I am a thought provoker, And I am encouraging and motivating whoever is to so be encouraged and motivated by it. Is it easy? No, because we're still in the system. Is there a way to find your medium? I wish I had the 100% answer for that. That is what I'm doing because I'm someone with a child, might as well say. So that's the fine thread that I have to navigate through, because I don't want him having to deal with a life I may be able to take on a whole lot on my ass, on my head, on my back. Understanding that this is not what I think it is. But I wouldn't want that for my son or anyone that I loved or cared for. I wouldn't want them, not if I could do anything about it. So I'm giving strong intention to create, ways that we can get sovereignty and still actually find bliss in a simulation that is actually a meat suit. It's a trap. It's fucking this. It's not what we think. The highs and lows and stuff, the temporary happiness followed by constant. See, that's our life. So this could be very well why I'm there. We didn't make a deal with the demiurge.
Yeah. Okay, all set.
Whatever timeline, we have made no deals with demiurge.
Okay, but will you hurry it up? I said.
If there was any made, they've been revoked.
Okay, Charizard, lunch is you.
Okay, that's not what we got going here. So for us,
So good to see you.
it's not what a lot of folks may be experiencing, which is why they want to work for demiurge, or why they want to keep certain things going, because for them and theirs, there's all these comforts.
Okay, and Iris and Silent, I want you to meet Charizard.
There's a whole lot of love in that flamethrower. Like a family recipe lovingly handed down from generation to generation.
And I know that we're doing it. We're well on our way. Actually, we are there. We're doing it in real time. It's a part of why the attacks are amping up so much the way they are now. It's a part of why all of the strategies and mostly all their co-workers decided to come to the city of Compton on business. Anywho, to the honorable beings that stumbled across this video, I honor you. To DS and his team and what you all have recently experienced, I support you all. I honor you. I honor y'all's contributions. Amongst other folks like DS, that's providing free content for those who are not yet in positions to pay for things due to being utterly, ripped apart and all those stuff. So I super want to give shots out to sincere people out there. Okay, where it's like, it's for real. It's hard, it's real, it's effective. And you suffer, some of y'all suffered a lot, We got so much trash out here that they let keep going, but boy, I tell you what, they don't have a problem with taking down shit that ain't trash. It's a whole lot of trashy shit. 1 million subscribers, 1 million followers, 1 million likes, 12 years running. It's like, right. Makes you wonder. And let me just say this, just in case. I'm not implying that all success means somebody sold out to the, system or whatever. Some of y'all, or that your stuff is bad necessarily. No, I'm not saying that either. Okay, y'all. Continue to what you can to take care of your health and well-being. This is a part of it. This is why they work so hard against it. They're trying to weaken you. They're trying to weaken your mind, weaken your body, weaken your spirit by all of these tactics. Okay? But that's what they hire their witches and warlocks and wizards for. That's what they hire their paid bullies, disguised as teachers and leaders and authority. That's why they drive in circles doing their little intimidation dance. That's what that is. And I do not care.
Tell us more, please. I mean, the time when Ash first met Charmander, along with the growth they experienced together when it evolved, the trust that built up between them, and finally the time since they've been apart. No doubt, those two are the truest of friends.
Come on out, everybody!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I want all of you to meet my very good buddy from the Kanto region, Charizard.
Attachment.
They say opposites
Folks are doing crazy shit to some people out here in the cosmos, in the universe, because they have an unhealthy over-attachment to an identity that they have built up for themselves. A role that they have played, a business that they've had, a service they provided, a product they served. And it morphed into a monster only because there was failure to develop the other stuff simultaneously as they was getting all these businesses, monies, and fame and fortune established. That's what happens.